Hi guys, Mark here for KetoKitchenCollection.com, and today's video is about how to quickly and safely lose 30 pounds of fat. Okay, so losing weight, for the most part, it's all about calorie restriction. Now, that can be on any type of diet. This particular channel is all about the keto diet, so it's not really any different. Calorie restriction is the main thing that's going to help you lose that weight. However, the keto diet will give you a lot of other beneficial things. So, for example, your hormonal profile is much better. It's more conducive to weight loss. You've got low and stable insulin levels. You don't have your blood sugar spiking all up and down all over the place with insulin levels. Ketosis also gives you very beneficial feelings in terms of hunger. It really dents your hunger significantly. So, in terms of having a calorie deficit and feeling reasonably good while you're doing that diet and having that calorie deficit, the keto diet is really, really beneficial in that sense. If for nothing else, just because you don't really have that same feeling of hunger as you do on a diet that includes carbohydrates. So, with that in mind, when it comes to restricting calories, ultimately that's what you've got to do to lose the weight. But if we want to quickly lose the weight and safely lose the weight, if we drop the calories and just a huge significant amount and we eat like a sparrow, basically we're eating not much at all. You know, if you're going under 1,000 calories a day, which is way, way, way too low for really almost everybody except for really small people who just don't need that amount of food. If you eat a super small amount of calories in the day, you're going to potentially have nutrition problems. You might not get in enough, well, you're not getting in enough food in general, but you're also not getting in the micronutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the electrolytes, all that sort of thing, and you can get deficiencies which can cause you to feel, you know, you have a lack of energy, lack of motivation, you can be lethargic, you can have a depressed mood. If deficiencies get too bad, ultimately, I mean, you could end up being hospitalized. You'd really have to be eating almost next to no food for that to happen. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to put scare tactics on you, but understand that nutritional deficiencies are something to take pretty seriously. You could always supplement if you wanted with vitamins and minerals, but if you can get it from food, it's really going to serve you well. And the other thing is that if you're not eating enough food, it doesn't matter what you're supplementing with, your metabolism is going to slow down because your body thinks you're in starvation mode. It thinks you're in a time of famine. It slows your metabolism right down. You're going to get lethargic. You're going to have a lack of motivation, a lack of energy because you're simply not eating enough food, okay? And that's not good. And if your metabolism slows down too much, your weight loss is just going to stall. It's going to stop. And you're not going to lose that weight. So if you drop the calories too low, it's going to do you a disservice, all right? It's kind of counterproductive. However, if you don't cut calories enough, if you've only got a small incremental calorie reduction from what your body needs each day, you're going to lose hardly any weight at all, okay? So there's some kind of a happy middle ground. What I would suggest to people to find that middle ground, because everyone's a little bit different, what you need to do is figure out approximately the calories that you need to eat specifically to you each day to maintain a healthy body weight. Now, if you go to my website, there's a link below. There's a calorie calculator table where you can put in your gender, your age, and your activity level, and it'll tell you exactly what the calories are that you should be eating on average per day to maintain a healthy body weight. Okay, it's probably, if you're looking to lose weight now, it's likely that it'll be less than the amount of calories you're eating now. What I would suggest to lose weight quickly and safely from where you are now is take that amount from the table and take off about a third of it. Okay, so let's say for me, my requirement is probably around 2,500 calories a day. It's maybe kind of average for a man, 2,500 calories a day. For a woman, it's about 2,000, 2,100 calories a day. Let's say it's 2,100 calories a day for the average woman. If you take a third off that, you're taking 700 calories off and you're eating 1,400 calories per day. Now, that's a fair reduction, okay? That's a fairly steep cut in calories. It's probably going to be quite a lot different to what you're used to. It's not so low that you'll necessarily run into those problems of being lethargic and having a huge metabolic slowdown, but it is significant enough that you will lose weight relatively rapidly, okay? Like I said before, everyone's going to be a little bit different. So you may find that it's just too low and you're miserable and you have to increase it 200 or 300 calories a day, that's fine, as long as you've got a calorie deficit. You may find that you're powering along fantastically and that you can actually drop it a little bit more if you want to try and accelerate that fat loss some more. At the end of the day, you want it to be at a point where you can maintain that over the long term, because it's the diet you can stick to the longest, which is what gives you the best results for all your efforts you're putting into the diet. So if you get to a point where you've cut those calories and your weight loss starts to stall out, you can then drop it by, like I said, by another 10%, maybe 15, maybe 20%, just to keep that weight loss going. And eventually, as you lose weight, your weight loss will kind of plateau. It's just how the body works. You can then drop the calories, like I said, another 10 or 15% to keep things going. Importantly, the other thing to incorporate here is exercise. And this is extremely important if you want to lose weight as quickly and also as safely as possible, okay? If you incorporate exercise, it's going to accelerate the weight loss. It's also going to, because it's giving you more of a calorie deficit, you're burning those extra calories. Now, the thing is that if you've got a low calorie level already and you're feeling a bit lethargic, you don't have a lot of motivation, you're feeling tired and run down and your mood's depressed, and you can't hack any more exercise, incorporate the exercise and then eat more food to offset that exercise, okay? The exercise will do a lot of great things for your hormones, get a lot of hormones pumping around the system that help with weight loss and also help with sparing muscle, maintaining your muscle. But if you do 200 calories worth of exercise, just add in 200 calories worth of food or 150 calories worth of food, so you've still got a little bit of a deficit there. That extra food will help your body to keep your metabolism going that much stronger and that much faster over the long term, and you'll feel so much better, okay? So it's actually, it's kind of like a little trick that you can use to add in exercise and then add in a bit of extra food, okay? Just to keep the metabolism primed and pumped and going really well and as fast as possible while you're still in a calorie deficit, okay? So I hope that kind of makes sense how I've explained it, where you can kind of trade one off for the other to get more food in, to keep the metabolism going. You're doing the exercise as well to offset that extra food. If you have any questions or queries with regards to that specifically, post it up in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you if you've got any ideas on what's worked for you, or if there's anything that's not quite clear about that. And one last important point is that remember that when you're losing weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit to some degree, or the weight's just not going to come off. You've got to eat less than what your body requires in terms of energy throughout the day. When you eat less, your body's going to pull it off your fat stores to provide that extra energy it needs. When it does that, you're going to feel hungry because your body wants to get it from the diet, but you're not giving it that energy in the diet. You're going to feel a little bit hungry. Understand that you've got to the point where you're watching this video now because you want to lose weight. You've had all that time up till now where maybe you've just eaten whatever you wanted for as long as you wanted in as much an amount as you wanted, and you've had no check on it. You've just eaten anything and everything because it makes you feel good. And hey, I'm the same. I want to eat chocolate all day long if I could, and I have, but it makes you put weight on, okay? That's not a normal way of eating for a human being. It's become normalized in today's day and age, but to some degree, but it's not normal for how we've been over the last thousands and thousands of years. So we put on weight when we do that. You have to now go through a period of restriction to lose that weight, and there's a tiny little element of suffering in that. I mean, you've had that good time up till now, all right? You've borrowed that time. Now you've got to give it back. You've got to give that feeling of the great feeling you've had from eating what you wanted when you wanted. You've got to reverse that. There's going to be a little bit of suffering involved. You're going to feel a little bit hungry. Understand that if you want to lose weight, you are going to be out of your comfort zone a little bit. That's why the keto diet helps, because it dents hunger significantly and takes away the craving for carbohydrates, sugar, ice cream, chocolate, all those sugary chocolatey, delicious foods that you're used to, your brain won't want anymore when you're in ketosis. Okay, those cravings almost entirely vanish. So understand that that's one of the big benefits of the keto diet, is that it takes away that element of suffering that you would be on any other diet that incorporates carbohydrates. So guys, again, if you do have any specific questions with regards to this, please let me know in the comment section below. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.